AI will kill meetings.
I could just ask their chatbot about how they feel about something, or what their thoughts are, right?
Today, we're covering that and 4 other AI myths about your boss, prompts, success metrics, and bad employees to determine which are true and which are lies, with the verdict for each coming from Phil Lakin, head of enterprise innovation at Zapier. He'll be drawing on his vast experience working with C-suite executives on pushing their AI initiatives forward. So let's jump in. The first myth, AI will kill meetings.
People think we're so far away from interacting with avatars, but we already do it all the time. We just don't even know it. So when you're talking to a support chatbot on a website, right? There's some times that I wish, instead of bugging someone async, on Slack, live synchronously, I could just ask their chatbot about how they feel about something, or what their thoughts are, right? I think that'll become more commonplace over time. I'll tell you this when it comes to meetings. Part of the reasons that people meet, there's a magic that happens when people are interacting back and forth with each other. I don't think AI can replace that. I think AI is really good at, meeting capture, finding trends, finding patterns, summarizing. But at the end of the day, it's just like a big algorithm, right? So it's only going to take what you give it and what, whatever else it's being trained on. And so if I were to just send my bot to meet with your bot, right? Maybe that could kill some lower level meetings that would have probably just been an email. But the real creative brainstorming, that type of human to human meeting, right? I don't see that getting replaced.
Number 2, your boss is the AI bottleneck, not the tech.
So true. It was true in the age of citizen development. It's true today. Yeah, I'd say it's a combination of your boss and your own perception of what's possible. Nothing beats momentum. Nothing. Momentum's like the king of all of this stuff. And if you can build momentum, you'll win. And if you can build momentum and you still can't win, you should probably change companies. Right. And so I'll say this. I'll say, okay, let's say you've got a boss who's like, look, I don't want you doing any of this AI stuff. I don't want you to think about systems. Just heads down, do the thing we've asked you to do, solve the problems we've asked you to solve, cog in a machine, do the thing. So, okay. What I would say is find out from your boss what some of their, the bigger pain points that they're looking at across, their purview are, right? And the ones that you probably know about as well. And work offline with dummy data, right? And for those that don't know, you can use ChatGPT to literally generate CSVs of realistic looking dummy data. It's super easy. Use dummy data and find systems like Zapier that you can just set up with a free account, right? So, stuff call it Zapier and Airtable and Zeit, right? And use these systems and tools that you can sign up for free with. Use your personal Gmail or whatever, use dummy data and build the system that you would bring into work just with dummy data. And then show them, if you are lacking an internal ticketing system, you're working out of email because you're in a internal facing department like HR, right? Or IT, right? Build the ticketing system, right? Offline. And then show your boss here, I already built it. I already figured out all the things. And then build that momentum. If your boss rejects that, you are working on the wrong team or you're at the wrong company. And you need, then what I say is you are a swan being called an ugly duckling.
Number 3, learning prompts is like Morse code, pointless.
Look, in what was it, GPT 4, right? You had to know which model to choose. And now in 5, it chooses the model for you, right? So I think prompts are going to get better and better and better. The ability for the AI to know how to better prompt whatever you give it is going to get better. Sometimes I do even find it silly that I'm man, the best way to write a prompt is for me to put in some basic info and have it write the prompt for me and then have it use that prompt And sometimes I'm just like, why can't I just do that, right? But I don't think that's the point. I think it's throwing out the baby with the bathwater. I think that as good as these machines get at talking our language, we've still got to find ways to talk theirs because it is a teammate. And just like you have any teammate, you'd want to learn how they communicate, how they, what are their strengths and weaknesses. And prompting is just the current front line for having that conversation with the machine, right? That line may change, but having the willingness to understand, hey, what is this thing good at? What is this thing not good at? How does it like to be communicated? How does it not like to be communicated to, et cetera? Man, I think that's powerful because the better you can work with your teammate, you're going to get better results.
4, AI success is measured in time saved.
If you are the CIO, if you're the AI transformation lead at your company, and you're trying to be like, hey, look how much time we saved. Look how much money we saved on this thing. Oof, good luck. Like those are mushy stats. The best stat that I can tell people to focus on is revenue per headcount. That is my number one favorite stat. If you can increase revenue per headcount by either gaining more revenue or reducing costs, and no, it's reducing costs as part of that, right? But it's a part of a larger thing, right? If we can increase revenue per headcount, right, by either reducing costs or gaining more revenue or both, right? That's the winning metric. That shows that like AI is helping our team members, 2, 3, 4x their capabilities while we're still able to increase revenue. That's the stat that C-suite cares about. That's the stat boards care about. And then it just goes to show that you can tell the story that, yeah, AI was a part of that journey for us. AI helped us in a very tangible way go from, 10 million in revenue with 50 employees to 20 million in revenue with 50 employees.
And number 5, AI makes bad employees worse.
So true. It's so true. But there's no such thing as a bad employee. There's just employees that haven't found their fit yet. It's just an amplification, right? I can read in 1 second if someone actually cared about an output or not, right? If they actually reviewed the AI, output they were sending me. And here's the thing. The funny thing is, at Zapier, we actually value people sending us AI written stuff back and forth. We don't devalue it. We actually value it higher, right? So when we do our performance reviews, for an example, right? Our HR team literally gives us a bot to write our 360 reviews. Wow. That's amazing. Because the point of view of Zapier is like, if you're wasting your time on this stuff, that's not good for anybody, right? So there's some things that it's like, okay, go and speed that up. Please speed that up, right? And so like, no one cares if there's M dashes in it. You know what I mean? No one cares, right? It's like, it's totally fine. So it's not that stuff. It's just like if you put in a generic input with no opinions, with no care, with no thought and stuff, and you didn't do the editing, like you can tell pretty fast. So I think that's where it'll make bad employees. Yeah, of course. Employees that haven't found their fit.
So there you have it. AI will kill your meetings. Complete lie. Your boss is the AI bottleneck, not the tech. Actually true. Learning prompts is like Morse code. It's pointless. Absolute lie. AI success is measured in time saved. Also a lie. And AI makes bad employees worse. Absolutely true. And if you want to keep up with Phil, catch him on LinkedIn and SMS.
I love LinkedIn. One time I was even featured on LinkedIn Lunatics, my calling card. I was very proud. And then the other one is I have an SMS drop line where like once to twice a week, I send out stuff that I'm doing or free stuff like tickets to, conferences or books. And the best way to find that is just on my website, philiplakin.com.
If you enjoyed that, we have another 5 AI truths and lies coming up. To catch that and support our work, please subscribe and share. It really helps.